Hello, friends of Sudoku. Welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku. Today is May 3rd, 2023. Well, just dive right in. There's a 2 blocking down here and one more blocking down while this 2 blocks over, so a 2 must go here. There's a 5 and a 7 blocking here, so here's a 6 and here's a 5 and a 7. We need a 5 for one of these 2 squares, and we can easily figure out where it goes because this 5 blocks down, this 5 blocks over, so one of these squares must be a 5, therefore this square can't be a 5. The 4 blocks here and here, this 4 blocks here, so one of these is going to be a 4, and therefore we need a 4 for one of these 2 squares here in row 2. For column 9, we need a 1, 6, and a 9. There's a 1 and a 9 in this row, so here's a 6. And here now we have a 1, 9 and a 1, 9 pair. There's a 4 and a 9 here, and we are missing a 4 and a 9 in column 4. So a 4 and a 9 must go in these 2 squares. And that means that these squares must be a 1, 6, and a 7. So if these are a 1, 6, and a 7, it follows that these 3 squares must be 8, 5, and a 3. These being 1, 6, and a 7. And we have a 1 and a 6 here, so we do know that this is a 7, and this is now a 1 and a 6 pair. And I think that gives us another 7 over in the first shoot here. Because now this 7 blocks down, and this 7 blocks over. This 7 also blocks down, so we know that this is a 7. These 2 7s here block these 2 squares. We know that one of these is a 7. We still need a 7 for column 1. And clearly now a 7 can't go here, 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 or here. And because of this 7, a 7 also can't go here. Ergo, it must go here. And likewise, we now know that a 5 must go here or here because this 5 blocks a 5 from going here. We know that one of these is a 5, therefore 5s can't go here. So one of these is a 5. We also have to take another look at the 1 and the 6 here. The 6, of course, blocks here, so here's a 1 and here's a 6. Now the 7s, these 2 7s block across, so a 7 can't go here or here. 7 blocks here, so a 7 must go here. Here now we are looking for a 4, 6, and a 9. And of course the 4 blocks up here, so here's a 4 and here's the 9. I almost didn't see that. So here now we are looking at a 6 and a 9 pair. Because the 7 blocks here, 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 and here, we need a 7 to go here. This 4 blocks across, this 4 blocks up, so here's a 4. Now these 2 squares need to be an 8 and a what? And a 3. Let's go back to these 2 squares. They needed to be a 1 and a 9. We got a 9 in this row now, so the 1 must go here and the 9 here. We know that one of these must be a 7 because of the 7s blocking across here. And we now know that a 9 must be the other digit that goes here. And that leaves only 2 squares to be filled, namely an 8 and a 3, and they have to go in these 2 squares here. Before we can get to those, though, there's a 1 blocking across here and another 1 blocking across, so here's a 1. So here we are looking for an 8, 3, and a 4. That doesn't really clear up anything for me. But we can find a 1 because this 1 blocks across here. So one of these must be a 1 blocking across here. This 1 blocks across here and this 1 blocks up. So here's a 1. And now this 1 blocks up and this 1 blocks over, so a 1 goes here. Here we're looking for an 8 and a 3. This is a 6 and a 9. So here's also an 8 and a 3 and one more, namely a 5. I think I can do something with the 9s because the 9 blocks up here and the 9 blocks across here. So one of these is going to be a 9 blocking down. So the 7, 9 now here has been resolved because this must be the 7 and this must be the 9. Now this 7 blocks down, this blocks up. We got 2 7s blocking across here. So a 7 goes here and that gives us this 5, which blocks up. This 5 blocks across. So here's another 5. These two 5s block these 4 squares. This 5 blocks these squares here, so here's a 5. Now we're looking for a 9 and a 4 for these squares. 4 blocks here, so the 9 goes here and the 4 here. The 4 blocks down, this 4 blocks over, so here's a 4. These two must be an 8 and a 3. The 3 blocks down, so here's an 8 and here's a 3. This is also an 8 now, making this an 8 and this a 3. Now these must be a 3 and a 5. Up in row 2, we're looking for 2, 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6 block here, so here's a 2. And this is now a 3 and a 6, and here's a 3 blocking, so the 6 goes here and the 3 here. Only 2 squares needed, and one of them is an 8. This 8 blocks up, so here's an 8, of course. And here is a 9, which blocks down, making this a 9, and now this is a 9 and this is a 6. Here we need a 1 and a 2. Up here we need also a 2 and one more, a 6. The 6 blocks up though, so the 2 must go here and the 6 here. This 6 blocks down, this blocks up, and this blocks over. Here's another 6. Now I'm wondering about these 3 squares in row 6. There must be a 1, 2, and a 3. 3 can't go here. 3 can't go here. Therefore, it must go here. And the 1 can't go here. Therefore, it must be the 2. And this must be the 1. And a 2 goes here. Across here now, we just need a 4, 8, and a 1. Oh, there's a 1 and a 4 blocking. So here's an 8. There's a 1 blocking. So this is a 4. And therefore, this must be a 1. So for these 2 squares, we need to find a 5 and a 4. The 4 blocks across, so here comes a 5 and here's a 4. 5 blocks over, so here's a 5 and here is therefore a 3, which blocks over this 3 blocks down, so here's a 3, and now we just need to find a 2 for one of these squares, and it can't be this, therefore it goes here, and this must be an 8. And that's it for today's New York Times Heart Puzzle. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.